Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the syllabus of Indian society in detail. So at first, we have salient features of Indian society. In this, we have diversity. What are the types of diversity? Caste, linguistic, tribe, cultural. These are the various diversity in our society. Then what are the challenges posed by this diversity? Some of the challenges is communalism. Then we have separatism. Then we have regionalism. These are the challenges of diversity. Then we have unity and unity in diversity. So what are the factors that keep India united that should be known by us? And in pluralism, we should know the definition of pluralism and its concept. Then comes inequality and exclusion. In this, we should know why some of the sections in our society, such as STs, disabled, etc., are still unequal and are excluded from the mainstream of the society. Then comes family system. In family system, we should know how family system is evolving in India. Like earlier, we used to have joint family. Now we are moving towards nuclear family. Similarly, we used to have earlier rural-based family. Now we are becoming more and more urbanized. So this is how family system is evolving in India. Then you should have examples of above and keep a tab on current affairs. Now, how to prepare examples? Suppose for this topic, that is challenges posed by diversity. In this, for communalism, what can be the example? The example can be Khalistani movement. Then for separatism, the example can be Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast. Similarly, for regionalism, the example can be Gorkhaland movement. So this is how I have to prepare example for each and every topic. Then we have role of women and women organization. In this, we have 19th century social reform movement. So what were the 19th century social reform movements? Like we had the Brahmo Samaj, then we had the Arya Samaj, then we had the Prarthana Samaj. These were the 19th century social reform movements, and what were their aim? Their aim was widow remarriage, to stop child marriage. Okay, they wanted abolition of sati. So this was their aim. Then we have early women organizations, agrarian revolt and struggle, and then we have participation in freedom struggle. So which women participated in freedom struggle? Like we have Rani Lakshmi Bai, Sarojini Naidu, and various other women who participated in freedom struggle. What was their contribution? And what was the experience of women who participated in freedom struggle? Then we have women organization post 1947. Then come resurgence of women movements in 70s. Emergence of new organizations such as the anti-Arak movement in Andhra Pradesh. Then we had the Chipko movement. What were the approaches used by this movement? They used to write letters. They used to held protest. And what were the issues around which these were focused? For anti-Arak movement, the issue was liquor. For Chipko movement, the issue was environment. Then come contemporary women issues. What are the contemporary women issues? Like we have marital rape. Then we have domestic violence. These are some of the contemporary women issues. Then we have women organizations. In this, we have SHGs and their responses. So what are the various SHGs for women? Like we have Seva, Nari, etc. And what are their responses? Their responses is that they are working towards financial inclusion, financial literacy, providing justice to women. This is their response. Then we have challenges faced by women organizations. What are the challenges faced? Like there are financial challenges. They have manpower issues. Then most of them are urban centric. These are some of the challenges. Then again, you should have examples of above and keep a tab on current affairs. Then comes population and associated issues. So in this, we have basic demography of India. That what is the definition of demography and what is the basic demography of India. This age sex pyramid should be known by us, that how many are there in male, how many there are in female, the age wise composition of our population. This should be known by us. Then we are changing age structure of Indian population and population aging in India, that we are becoming more and more old nowadays. So what will be the consequence of this? This should be known by us. Then we have population trends in India and their implication. One of the trend of population in India is that in South India the population is decreasing, but in North India the population is still increasing. So this is the trend. And what will be the implication of this trend? The implication will be that people from North India will migrate to South India. This is the implication. Then we have causes, effects and challenges of overpopulation. that what are the challenges of overpopulation, that we will have job scarcity, we will have scarcity of resources. These are some of the challenges due to overpopulation. Then we have demographic dividend. What is the definition or meaning of demographic dividend should be known by us. Then is it a boon or is it a bane, and what steps we can take to ensure that our demographic dividend becomes a boon instead of a bane. Then we have India's population policy and initiative. What are the various population policy and initiatives taken by government? Like we have National Population Policy 2000. So these are the various population policy initiatives undertaken by government. This should be known by us. Then we have again examples of above and keep a tap on current affairs. Then we have poverty and developmental issues. In this we have concept of development and poverty, that how development reduces poverty and how poverty is there due to lack of development. Then we have types of poverty. In types of poverty we have, say, some people are never poor, some people are always poor, and some people are cyclically poor. So this is the type of poverty. Then we have measurement of poverty, how poverty is measured. So you should know about the concept of poverty line. It is measured with the help of poverty line. Then what are the causes of poverty? There are various causes. There are social causes, economical causes, institutional causes also there, that our institutions are not properly built to eliminate poverty. Then we have poverty as a social problem. Okay, that what are the social problems due to poverty? Due to poverty, there is crime, there is illiteracy. These are some of the social problems of poverty. Then we have socio-economic spread of poverty, that how poverty is spread among the various socio-economic groups in the country. Okay, how poverty is there in minorities, how poverty is there in STs, SCs. So the socio-economic spread of poverty should be known to us. Then we have consequences of poverty. What are the consequences of poverty? We have inequality. Then there is a vicious cycle due to poverty. Say, due to poverty, the grandfather was poor, then the father becomes poor, then the son also becomes poor. So this is a vicious cycle. Then who are worst affected by poverty? In this we have women and children. These are generally worst affected by poverty. Then we have problem of rising urban poverty. See, due to urbanization, we have now a rising problem of urban poverty. So why urban poverty is there and what steps we can take to tackle this urban poverty? This should be known by us. Then we have poverty alleviation schemes and initiatives. What are the schemes and initiatives undertaken by government for poverty alleviation? Like we have Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Then we have Ration Card scheme. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Gram Awas Yojana. These are some of the schemes undertaken to alleviate poverty. But what are their limitations and problems associated with them? That should be also known by us. So one of the limitations with respect to ration card scheme is that there's inclusion and exclusion error. There's leakage also in that scheme. So this is its limitation. This should be known by us. Then comes poverty shift from trickle down economics to inclusive or pro poor development to reduce poverty. See, what we thought after the 1991 economic reforms was that in 2 to 3 decades the poverty will be eliminated from India due to economic reforms and there will be a trickle down effect, but this did not happen. So now what we are doing is that we are adopting pro poor development approach. In this we are adopting universal basic income, we are providing free health care, free education to poor. So these are some of the pro poor steps which we are taking to reduce poverty. Then we have relation between poverty reduction and development, and the nexus between poverty, inequality and development, that how poverty, inequality and development are related to each other or how there is a nexus. Then comes urbanization. In urbanization we should know the definition of urbanization and urbanization trends in India and their implications. See, one of the trend in India with respect to urbanization is that people from villages directly go to tier 1 cities. They do not go to tier 2 or tier 3 cities. So due to this, what is the implication? The implication is that our tier 1 cities such as Delhi and Mumbai are now becoming overcrowded. So this is how you have to study trend and implication. Then what are the factors driving urbanization? We have push factors, we have pull factors. These are the various factors. Then state of service delivery and challenges posed by urbanization. That how is the state of service delivery in our urban areas? That we have lack of garbage collection facilities, lack of water, sanitation. These are some of the state of service delivery and challenges posed. Then we have problems of urban areas. What are the problems of urban areas? That they are congested, they are polluted. These are some of the problems. Then we have social consequences of urbanization. What are the social consequences? One of the social consequences is that our families are becoming more and more nuclear. This is one of the social consequences. Then we have impact of urbanization in rural areas. So what is the impact? One of the impact is that male members in rural areas are now moving towards urban areas. So this is one of the impact of urbanization in rural areas. Then comes urban planning and role of urban local bodies, that how urban planning can be improved and what role can urban local bodies play in making our urban planning more beneficial to the people. Then we have reforms required. What are the reforms required and what are the government initiatives we have undertaken? Like we have smart city mission, Amrut. So these are the government initiatives. Then again, you should have examples of above and keep a tab on current affairs. So this more or less concludes our society syllabus discussion part 1. Thank you.